And acquired, you learn it. You can learn. Like this course, you can learn from this course that some techniques of negotiation. But originally you are a good negotiator. Number 4, negotiation is something we do all the time. When and where? Like selling and buying cars. Yeah, this is negotiation skills. Really. What else? In supermarket we negotiate. In business we negotiate. In our jobs and work. When you negotiate your manager, your senior, to have courses, to have promotion. These are kinds of negotiation.
Even when you drive, you negotiate. Where it comes from.
The road?
By traffic light, by signal light, telling them to go out.
Okay, we can accept that. Good. Fact number 5. Freud, this is one of the negotiation scientists, said you cannot learn negotiation techniques from a book. You cannot learn it. You must actually negotiate. That's it. That's the word. Practice, practice, and practice. So, negotiate and negotiate and then negotiate in order to have negotiation skills. Yes, sir.
Sorry, it's just as a concern. This one will not be conflict with the Prophet Muhammad when he said, أنا زليم بيت الجنة لمن ترك عن المرأة ولو كان صادق. يعني اللي هو.
Yeah, but this depends upon what's the definition of mirror.
I don't really know, but just I want to relate or just to be clarify this one for myself.
Yeah, right. But this depends upon what's the meaning of negotiation and what's the meaning of mirror.
Well, just say it for the sake of.
For the sake of what?
Exception.
So no objectives.
No objective.
You're right.
Mirror has like 7 to 10 signs different from discussing.
That's
Defined by the scientists.
But
When the discussion came to mirror, then the Muslim had to.
yeah, but the continue for the text. لمن ترك ولو كان صادق أو ما.
Yeah, but this is apart from negotiation because the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself practiced negotiation. Look at Sulh Hudaybiyah with what's his name, Suhail ibn Amr. Suhail ibn Amr. There was a big negotiation for the Hudaybiyah conciliation, Sulh Hudaybiyah, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the greatest negotiator. Okay, and he writes he conceded tanazul of something, but he has an objective. Muhammad, peace be upon him, has an objective, and he managed the discussion and managed and you will see some examples of Sulh Hudaybiyah. Managed this discussion in order to have, he has some sort of objectives to stop the war. What are the objectives of Sulh Hudaybiyah? You know? Spread this. Yeah. Stop bleeding. He has some really great objectives. So try to differentiate between the definition of negotiation and mirah. Okay? And mirah, we call it in English argument. Right? Argument. So argument is different from mirah. Actually, arguing is one part or one stage of negotiation. And you will see this. Thanks for your question. Yes, sir.
Mirror is a stage of negotiation where you have to stop.
Well, I agree with you to some extent. Well, you have to stop. If you have to stop, so you have to stop the negotiation.
Yes, it's a stage of negotiation where you have to stop.
No, argument is
It's not for the sake of argument only. Some people will argue with nothing.
no, but argument in the negotiation means to present what you have, the information you have. This is argument. If you say, no, I don't accept Islam, so give me some information about Islam. What's in Islam for me? Okay? So this is the argument. Questioning, answering. This is the argument. Okay? Sometimes we have negative arguments, or let's say bad arguments, and sometimes we have positive arguments.
I mean mirror, not argument.
Mirah, yeah, mirah is different from actually actual words.
Mirah is so a stable object.
Well, it depends. I said it depends. Mirah in the Quran mentioned many times. Okay, so in this case we have mirah. If we have mirah, so there is another type of mirah, which is, I think, it's good. So right, this is to compromise. Now you will see a video. This clip is about a group of students in university. Two parties. Party number one is a girl, American girl, who is, you know, our concept or their concept about Islam. What's Islam? What's the definition of Islam in America? Islam means one word, which is terrorism. Okay? And look at the board here. The subject of this lecture was jihad. The lecturer is Muslim, and one of the students is Muslim. Look at the type of negotiation they did. This is the best negotiation I've ever seen. So I hope you listen carefully.
The word jihad is mentioned in the Quran about 41 times. The words mercy, peace, and compassion are mentioned about 255 times. Yes, sir. Come on in, guys. Sit down. Contrary to popular belief in most Western cultures, Islam is a religion that preaches peace and tolerance. Yes, sir.
Islam truly is a religion that preaches peace, and how come the world's most troubled spots, the West Bank, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, they're all plagued with Islamic terrorism?
That depends on your definition of terrorism. Some might argue that the U.S. invasions of countries like Iraq and Afghanistan are also acts of terrorism.
Those were acts of war to get rid of despotic regimes.
Or means of getting a country's order. Conspiracy theories. Well, yeah. Let's please. Go ahead. Mr. Khan is right. I mean, if we're talking about terrorists, the world's biggest terrorists are the white superpowers. Come on now. No, really, stop and think about it.
Explain 9/11.
Okay. Do you know how many people died in the Twin Towers strike?
Around 3,000.
And do you have any idea how many people died in the bombing of Afghanistan? Take a wild guess. More than 15,000 people died. And that's just conservative figures. About 50,000 tons of explosives were dropped on innocent civilians. Men, women, children.
But that was because of the Taliban.
Not that you brought it up. Did you know that the Taliban was a creation of the CIA? To fight Russians. Whatever. They were still harboring terrorists. Yeah, right. Terrorists that were never found. Just like the weapons of mass destruction that were never found in Iraq. Join in with the dead children in Iraq. 500,000 civilians and counting. And what did Britain and America say when they don't find these weapons? It's simple. They just say sorry. And still refuse to relinquish control of these countries. What are you trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that just because you're American, wear a fancy suit, and call yourself the president, doesn't make you any less of a terrorist. I'm saying that if you don't stop meddling in other people's countries, you will face a backlash.
If Muslims like you feel that way, then why don't you get out of our country?
Wait, but as soon as you cross any bounds,
How would you say about this? Fantastic. Yes, I need your help existing on this. Have you seen this negotiation before? What do you think of Riyadh and the American game? Do they have negotiation skills?
No, they don't. They have something in their mind and they just
That's it. Deliverance. What about Riyadh, the Muslim guy? Very clever? Very good. This is the most important part of negotiation, to be confident.
Not
mean, to have background, to have full information. The number of statistics, yes? Right, right. Experience.
What do you call it?
Quick-minded. Yes. Responsive.
The language of numbers. Very strong.
Statistic. He has knowledge. He has background. English language is very strong. And asking question. Why did he ask questions? To get attention, this is number one. And number two, which is the most important, to put them in your area. Okay? I'm showing this because of this.
Yeah.
Right?
Putting somebody's feet on their own feet.
That's it. Okay? Why do we need negotiation? From this video, we can answer this question. Why do we need negotiation?
If you have a misconception about Islam.
So defend some misconception. Okay, this is number one. Number two. Okay.
You don't expect anybody to embrace Islam without clearing his mind from.
So clarification. Clarification. Yes, we need this clarification. So to defending misconception, clarify. What else?
And educating other people.
Good. To give some information. What happened to the abilities? So, yes?
To raise the good one and the fight that
Yeah, the same. To clarify, to defend some misconception. Why do we need negotiation? Number one, for da'wah. Number two, for defending misconceptions. And this is what we have did before. There's defending some misconception. What was the main misconception about Islam? America said, or American girl said, Islam means terrorism. And he, yes. Yes, right. Yeah, I used the wrong word here. Right. For correcting some misconception. Very good. Thanks for this. Number three, for clarification. Now, why not? We said why negotiation. Now, why not? Why not negotiation? Number one, negotiaphobia. Have you heard about this before? Negotiaphobia. Yeah. Why? Why do we have this sense of negotiaphobia? You know,
I don't. Because we're thinking of to lose.
So what do you call this? I'm thinking when I negotiate somebody, I will lose.
I'm afraid of the reactions. They will not be
Not confident.
No. So down self-esteem, right? Good. Number two, do you have any doubts or question about your religion as a negotiator? I don't have doubts of Islam. I'm sure that Islam is the religion of truth. I'm sure about this. If I have 1%, you see, 1% of doubts in Islam, I will be bad negotiator. 1%, because the other will be much better than me. So I have to be full confidence and no doubts about my religion. You feel you're not qualified. Number four, are you waiting for inspiration from God to start? No, inspiration. Quote from Muhammad's death, right? Fact, you come to this course because you love Islam and want to do something good for it. Right or wrong? Core concepts of negotiation. This is suggested conceptions. Number one, oneness of Allah. And I think who worked in Da'wah knows much better than me and the concepts that the other or non-Muslims always ask about. The oneness of Allah, the prophets, the religion of truth, the book of truth. hereafter Islam doubts and suspicions, just like the American girl, she has many doubts. And she looked at Islam from one side. As Riyad said, how many people died in the Twin Towers? 3,000? Okay, in comparison with this, how many people died in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Gaza? Why don't you call this terrorism? Why do you call only 3,000 people terrorism, but millions of people died? It's kind of poor. We feel sorry about them. And that's it. Right? To warm up again. It was created by an American wildlife artist. His name was Rust. And it shows a huge Bengal tiger standing in a bamboo forest. This tree called bamboo. I think in Arabic it's Khayzara. Yes. Your mission now is to look for the hidden tiger. This picture has a hidden tiger.
So there is another.
I don't know, hidden tiger. Try to look for the hidden tiger. And please tell me where it is. Sadly is laughing. I think he found it.
It's not hiding, it's clearly shown.
Yeah.
Huh? Have you found the hidden tiger? Is it clear?
Maybe next page.
No. Nice guess, but the hidden tiger. Try it.
Hidden. It's hidden.
No? You can see the hidden tiger.
Perhaps in one tiger.
This is one tiger, and you can see the hidden tiger.
The tiger is maybe Sulaiman.
No.
Turn it upside down.
No.